Alright guys, it is the 29th of August and we are currently trying to get underway. I have realised it's going to take me far less time to do the costume and the other bits before the wig, so my aim is to get that pretty much done, and to be fair, there really isn't a lot to do, so here we go. So I got this really nice bodysuit, all from Amazon. In fact, it was these, like, I guess joggers or that gave me the idea at first. And what's really cool is they also have pockets, which obviously very much appreciate in a cosplay, but it's a very like casual kind of look. I don't plan to alter it all too much. So yeah, it fits really nice, and it's a lovely shade of blue. Like, I mean, on camera they do match, but if you were to see it in real life, if I'm being picky, the top is slightly darker. This is technically royal blue, which I may or may not have mentioned for the wig, is the colour I think Sonic is referred to more, but I think he's technically a cobalt, which is kind of the colour I've gone for. Funny enough, I think I have it here actually. So again, not sure if I mentioned this, but I think it's important to kind of show like trials and errors and these sort of things. So like I said, this was royal blue, which kind of wasn't the exact colour I was going for, so I actually went and tried to find like specifically a cobalt blue. The lighting's not great in here, sorry. Might be a bit better in this smaller mirror, actually faces the light. Anyway, so yeah, this is more like a royal blue, so I actually tried to find a cobalt one, and I found a couple, but I did buy this one, and actually kind of, so you can see like there, the very difference. It's a lighter blue, but obviously by that you can see it doesn't match the trousers either, and unfortunately the only one I could find was this long-sleeved one, and also the material's not nice. Like, it's that really kind of stretchy, plasticky kind of stuff, which personally I'm not a big fan of. So again, this is all but based on my personal preference, but you guys, honestly, you guys do whatever you want to do. But this is like a nice, more like cotton kind of material. It fits amazingly. It feels really nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, but like color wise, it matches like really well, or like enough to like, you know, not be a problem for me personally. But yes, I did buy this because obviously I thought I could just cut the sleeves off because I was going for the short sleeve look. Obviously because Sonic originally his arms are tan. God, can't speak. Yeah, so again, error. But we learn from these things. But no, this I'm really happy with this, how this looks. But like I said, I don't plan to alter it all too much. All I have to do is add the fur to the front, and if I have time and can be asked, I might add like the sort of gold racing stripes, if you know what I mean, like the finish line. Oh, I forgot you were here, baby. Sorry. Just snoozing away in the background there. Yeah, so again, this is all from Amazon, fairly cheap in the scheme of things, and like I said, I don't plan to like alter it too much. Like I said, the wig is the main thing. Yes, so my goal for today is literally to just get this done, which involves literally just sticking some fur on, which I will show you in just a second. Before all that, you have to make a template, and I did this, didn't have big enough piece of paper, so I put two together, trial and error, just very slowly. So my advice would be to make it bigger than you want it to, and then basically cut down. So this is what I've done. Obviously Sonic's one is not very complex, it's quite round, but I've made it sort of thinner at the bottom, and also have to make sure, because where the trousers come up here, make sure that it's fits nicely there. But it comes, so this does pull up a bit, so it comes to just under there and then just fits snugly there. It's kind of difficult to do with one hand, but yeah, so we've got our nice little template here. Make sure you label it top and bottom because you don't want to make that mistake. And now I will show you the fur. Apologies as well, I'm doing this on my phone because it's just easier to do it while I'm in the midst of doing this, and I'm also trying to record my reels at the same time, so it's all happening at once. Anyway, so yes, the fur. So honestly, it was very hard to find, I believe it's like a tan kind of fur. They all seemed like too dark or almost like too pinky. But my solution was to just research a load, and also I don't know of any stores that specifically deal in like fur fabrics or faux fur. So again, I just went on Amazon and had a little look on there and eBay, because a lot of places will send you sample pieces. So basically I bought a bunch of those, I think 3 or 4, and either the name wise, I think there was like camel, butterscotch. Tan wasn't really like one that I found. They all seemed like way too dark or even orangey and pinky, and it was like I just need kind of that in-between sort of cool tone, if anything. Again, me being particular. Yeah, so I found a few, compared them. Most of them were actually more on the paler yellow side, but I have eventually found one that is near enough what I'm looking for, and it is this one. I don't know if it's coming up so well on the camera color-wise, but it just seems like the closest thing to what I want. It's still got like more, I guess, yellowy tone to it, but this is honey butterscotch. Again, just some random one I found online, but I'm not kidding you, this fur, oh, it's so soft, and it's like nice and short, so I don't have to worry about cutting it down, because that's also something you got to bear in mind, because it's so hard to determine when you're looking online, like the length of the fur, particularly. Like, so I bought some for my quills as well, like blue fur, and one I bought was so shaggy and so cheap looking, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, obviously it was just a sample, but I was like, it's best to just pay a little bit, I think, for the sample, so before you buy the big piece, just so you know it's exactly what you want. So and like I say, a lot of places will give you that option most of the time. Yeah, you'll probably get just a little slither like that, and you can tell that if that's what you want. But this, perfect. It's, again, incredibly soft. Like, I'm not even joking to you. It's lovely and short, and yeah, it's basically what I wanted. So I have bought a load of that, which I will now show you. Excuse this as well, I'm currently working on my bedroom floor just because it's easier. But this is the 4-piece I have. This was, I think, the second to largest size they had. I can't remember the exact measurements, but again, it's best to just go a little bigger. I'm a little bit sad though, because obviously if you didn't know as well, I do plan to hopefully do a Fleetway Sonic as well. Like, I don't know what it is about that version, I love it quite a lot. But and maybe even .exe, just because, you know, blood and I love horror and all that. Yeah, so obviously I didn't want to get too big a piece, just in case, well, it was more to the point, it was more expensive and I couldn't really afford that at the moment. But it would have been nice maybe to be able to get 2 out of this, but unfortunately the way the fur goes, so you can tell, so you smooth it down there and it's all nice and smooth, you go back and you get resistance, so that's how you determine which way the fur goes. And unfortunately it is this lengthways here, and obviously here we have a template, and you can see, like, obviously it will be enough to fit one, but not on the other side. So I think, well, not that this will go to waste, I'll definitely keep it just for another time, but I think it won't be enough for 2 of these, unfortunately, unless I was happy for the fur to go like a different way, which, me being the perfectionist I am, would just bother me. So yeah, and I don't think doing it in the middle, I think that wastes more. So I think if I like keep it to the corner, then I've got like a bit more space if I need to use it for anything. As you can see now, I've got the template already, made sure to mark top and bottom. Also made sure, so this was the back. I made sure when I was looking for the size and everything, I had this part facing the mirror. So that's the part I could see from the front. So I made sure that was face down, so obviously then it will be accurate when I cut it out. And literally the next step is literally to cut this out and stick it on. I'm not 100% sure what I will stick it on with. For shadow I did just use hot glue, because I just thought, just in the event I will have to take it off to actually wash the bodysuit. But funny enough, so since then I did wash it and the fur survived on the suit. Obviously I put it on like a gentle wash anyway, just as a side note. Yeah, but it survived well, so yeah, I'm not too concerned about that actually. So yeah, hopefully this will be good. So yeah, just now I'm gonna stick it on. And there we have it, guys. Literally just stuck on there. I used hot glue because it seemed like the safest option. It's what I did with shadow, so you know, I think if I needed to take this off for whatever reason, it would be a lot easier than if I use like my impact glue or something, which is also very toxic. So there's that. Also, might as well show you, this is the little ring belt I got as an accessory, just to you know, make it a little more true to character, I guess. Yeah, which I really like the look of. But yeah, turned out really, really well, and it's so smooth. I can't get over how smooth this is. I've sprayed it a little bit with the GTB hairspray just to keep it a little flatter, but I feel like I'll just be doing this the whole time, just from the yeah, no, it's really nice. But like I said, that is literally it for the top. Like, it's done. So yeah, this is kind of just like the main look going, and yeah, it's just the wig and also the shoes that we've got to do. The gloves are literally just like some cheap ones I bought. So but I may improve on those later. But just so we have something for now, yeah, and I'm very happy with how that looks. So I got carried away again, guys, unfortunately, and missed a couple of bits, but just doing the back quills, which are one of the easier things again. So I've got my model that I use for shadow, and I figure, you know, it's easy to use the same one again, and the pattern that I used from that. If I've not made it clear how you do that, you basically, when you make a 3D form like this, wrap it in the cling film, and then, yeah, duct tape over it, and then you can mark out the pattern, cut that off, and then it should have, like, quite a nice little template for you. And yeah, as you can see, we have these two done. I had some blue foam left over, so I didn't want to waste that, so I did one with that, and I actually ended up having to buy some more foam to make the second. And these, again, with shadow, will be held up with magnets. I've got these are probably the thickest ones I can find. I'm sure there might be thicker ones. But you don't want them too thick. I mean, the thicker the magnet, the stronger it is, obviously. But these are, I believe, 30mm by 3mm thickness. And like I said, I used them on my last one and they worked quite well. These ones might be a bit better because this will be attached to the bodysuit, which is directly on me, whereas the ones for shadow were on a jacket. And there was a time I thought I'd actually lost the magnet, but like I say, they're pretty powerful. And I've got like the idea of using 2 for each. Before that though, I've got to seal up the bottom, so make sure that's covered, and then I'll have a magnet on the inside and one on the outside, so hopefully they should help them stay in place. And then once all that's done, I can then cover them with the fur, which I will show you in a bit. There you have it, guys, this absolutely gorgeous blue fur. Again, incredibly beautiful and soft. Just found it again on Amazon. Again, I think I might have mentioned I did try to get a couple of samples, but the one I had before was really shaggy hair, but as you can see, this is lovely and nice and short and smooth, and oh, it's beautiful. It's honestly so beautiful. And now the task is, so I bought quite a bit of it, but yeah, the task is now just to wrap these up. I've now stuck the magnets on the side, and they're all standing, so yep. And I think the best way to do this is to have the seam at the bottom, and I think just because I've got so much, I think I can literally just roll and make this work. Yeah, and I'm very excited for how those will look after. Got this any closer, but this is going to be very easy. So we are now on to the shoes, and I just bought these simple red, like, they're not Skechers per se, but they're little like slip-on shoes. You know, I wasn't too fussed about what I got, so there's that. Then we've got some white elastic. It's going to make the bit over there, and then finally, now this was actually such a lucky find, I think. So basically, I was trying to look for a gold buckle that was thick enough, because looking on eBay and stuff, they were like really thin and small, and I thought I had sort of 3 options. So 1, I could make one completely out of foam. 2, I could get a base one and then build foam on top of that, or then try and find one like, you know, this. So I didn't go with the foam option just because where it is on the shoe, obviously it's a part of the costume that's more likely going to be knocked or come in contact. So I thought foam was probably not going to last very long. So there was that. Kind of the same with the second one. Even if the foam was attached to something sturdy, it's likely going to chip and all that. Plus, it would be probably extra money to just buy a buckle to then build up on it. And then finally, I found... so I'll tell you where this came from. This came from a Santa belt outfit. And thankfully, they were just selling the belt. And okay, maybe it was a bit expensive for a belt. I actually can't remember how much. But as well, obviously you only get the one belt, so I was like, okay, I'll buy one, I'll see how it looks and go from there. And this is honestly beyond perfect. Like, it's a nice length, it's thick enough to be, and it's a nice kind of shiny gold as well. So yeah, I wound up buying 2 of those and just removing the belt bit. There was a little slider in the middle as well, but thankfully it was quite weak metal, so it came out. But this is really quite sturdy. So yeah, basically the idea is I'm going to put them on first just to make sure I've got it, so when the shoe is obviously filled out, because otherwise if you do it like this, it's the elastic's going to be like the wrong so it's just not going to work. Like, you need it on the foot to actually determine how much of this you need. Yeah, and then once that's on, I think I'm going to do a combination of gluing and then sewing the edge on. I'm also going to get a lighter and just go over the edge so it just stops the fraying. There is a term for that, I can't remember what it is. But yeah, and then once it's attached to one side, I'm going to slide this on, maybe fix that in place, maybe it will stay by itself, we'll see, and then attach it to the other side. So yeah, and like I said, we're on the last day, con is tomorrow, but I've literally got this and a tail to make, so at this point it's all good. Sorry, I probably won't be able to show you much of this process, hence why I'm explaining it a lot now, but we'll show you the after in a minute. Okay, so we've got one side stuck. I'm using my impact glue, which is the good stuff. Yeah, just trying to make sure that stays on a bit. I've cut it a bit longer than I need, obviously, and I've got quite a bit left, so that's fine. What I am going to do is sew this edge here, just make sure it's properly secured. Obviously, if I don't do the elastic too tight, it shouldn't pull too much, but I am trying to stick it down as much as possible. And yeah, once that's on, then we'll put the buckle on and then see about getting the other side on as well. We have one shoe finished, guys, and honestly, looks so much better than I even thought. Yeah, and it's really simple, and yeah, these shoes are comfortable as well. Like, that's the main thing. Like, when you're walking around all day, you want to be wearing comfortable shoes. So yeah, now it's time for number 2, and that literally took I want to say 15-20 minutes, so yeah, we'll be good. Right, so we have 2 shoes all done and ready to go. Just to show it like this as well, and yeah, all nice and dandy, looking exactly as they should. And again, they are extremely comfortable, so it'll be good for con. These are also the socks I will be wearing for con, so it's good to know that that's all good as well. And now the last thing to do is the frickin' tail. I'm kind of rushing at this point, guys. So yeah, now we're on to the final thing, which is the tail. And again, very simple template. I based it off Shadow's one. I thought I kept the template for his, but obviously I didn't, so I just traced around the other one. I made Sonic's a little more curvy, I think, because Shadow's had a bit more of a kink in it, I think, from what I remember. Or I put some wire in it, so you can probably kink it up a bit, but I don't think I'm going to do that with Sonic's. Yeah, so it's quite a nice sized tail, and obviously got loads of that blue fur left from the quills and everything, so it all blends in very nicely. And we've already gone ahead, cutted them out and pinned these, and now I'm going to sew them together by hand. And once I've done that, turn it inside out and then stuff it, and hopefully that'll be it, really. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of rushing at this point because I've not tried it all on yet, and I'm hoping there are no like problems that I come across. Otherwise we are going to be in a bit of trouble depending on what that is, but I'm hoping not. I think I've kind of covered everything. Not too sure I'm going to attach this though, because the belt I'm using is a ring belt. I'll show you that later, but it's I don't think it's very tight, so I feel like this is going to be flying all over the place. I may even possibly just sew it to the bodysuit, just so that it's secure on, and it's not going anywhere, because that suit will only be used for Sonic anyway, so probably seems like the most likely solution. But yeah, we'll just crack on with that. But it is nearly 2 o'clock, so we've done well for today so far. So yeah, getting there. All sewed up, turned inside out, and actually came out a bit better than I thought. It's not, the kind of tail's not as pointy. I can't remember what stitch I used last time. I'm sure I went like just down straight, not like over, but I'm starting to question it now. But anyway, it looks better. And now it is time for the stuffing process. You guys changed your plan, instead of attaching it, because again it was pulling the bodysuit down, so I've managed to safety pin it to the back of the pants, and it's quite secure. So yeah, that's all good. Guys, I couldn't resist just showing this before I do, like, you know, the actual proper look, but this is the whole getup. And those little snags I was talking about, I'm hoping they're not going to be a problem. Basically, so we've got the back quills, right? And originally when I first tried, they were really pulling the bodysuit down. So I thought I could then use my Sonic jacket, because it's also October, so I imagine it's going to be a bit chilly. So I thought, oh, okay, that'll be a better idea. And they stay up, but they just don't seem as secure, basically. Also, I realized the jacket is so long that it'll be covering the tail. And realistically, once you're inside the XL, it can get really warm. So I think I'm going to forgo it. And I've tried again, and they're not perfect because I did this by myself. So I'm going to have to ask my friend to help me. But I have managed to get the quills on, and they do kind of stay. I've reinforced them with 2 magnets. So there's 2 on the inside, and it's through the bodysuit and my binder, so hopefully it should stay in place. But I don't, even as Sonic, I don't actually plan to be running anywhere, so hopefully they will stay in place. But yeah, I've got full shebang, got my gloves. Obviously, if you know, you know. But got some little accessories to go with it. Honestly, it's a shout out to Team Sonic Gaming. Those guys literally the best like streamers ever. If you're a Sonic fan and you don't know about them, please go check them out. Like, honestly, yeah, you just need to check them out. Like, their live streams and everything are insane, and their designs for Shadow and Sonic are awesome. So I thought I'd add a couple of accessories to go with that. Plus, also, Sonic Underground will forever be my childhood. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, but it's all here together. I got my little ring belt. I've seen a few cosplayers with these, and I thought that was really cool. I do also have an actual ring that I made, which I think I'll be taking with me as a little prop. Literally out of polystyrene. You may have seen it more on my Shadow one because I used it for his what they called is it exhibitor rings? I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but you know, basically his rings. And yeah, I thought I'd have one just as a little accessory just to go with, and I think that's quite a nice size. But yeah, got the bodysuit with my fur. Obviously my wig's all done, it's all good. Only slight thing is I have to kind of lift my head to bring it over my shoulder, but I don't be planning to do any like crazy head movements. So, you know, I've got the little glasses there. Yeah, and obviously now I've just got to decide with the makeup, because obviously I've got green contacts for Sonic, obviously. But I just don't know what to do eye design, because obviously Shadow has his red accent, so for him I did that, but I actually did black eyeshadow as well. Technically Sonic's eyelids are blue, so I don't know whether to do it like that or to do a more natural like brown. So I'll probably test that out in a minute, just to see. But yeah guys, the next time you see this I will be in the full get up, and I will get some shots and pictures of everything. But really that's kind of the end of the making process. Oh, I don't know if I showed you my shoes as well. Yeah, and these are the like tracksuit bottoms I got. I've probably mentioned it a few times, but I was going to try and get some racing stripes up the side, like the finish line checkered pattern. But it was like a little added detail, which I may add after, but I kind of like how they look as they are. Yeah, and you know, it's the fact that it's like not all blue, but can't really get full on. Please ignore all the mess in my background. Like, it's just been a whirlwind today. I've been trying to get everything sorted, but everything is made and finished, so now it's just last little details. But yeah, I think I'm happy with how this is, and obviously got my quills there. Yeah, and you know what, at the end of the day, it's kind of an achievement at this point. So yeah, also the ears, I've mentioned they're not mine. I will put a link for those. But yeah, guys, I think that's it in terms of the whole making process. There will probably be, at this point, because I've not edited this video at all at this point, it's literally the day before con. Like I said, I was literally crunching to the last minute. Very typical me. I was trying to avoid it, but it didn't happen. Anyway, yeah, so at this point, there should be some TikToks out of like real ones. And I'll put them as short reels probably on YouTube as well, and they'll be like the quick process, but obviously the more detailed one, this one will be out hopefully soon after. So yeah, but again, if you have any questions, if there's something I didn't cover, obviously I know I can get quite caught up in the process and miss a lot of steps. I've tried to be as detailed as I can, but yeah, if you generally have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will try and help as best I can. So excited. Obviously I'm meeting Jason Griffith tomorrow, and I'm going to try, my friends and I, we're going to try and get there really early, because there will also be the con vlog, which will be out. I don't know which video is going to be out first, to be honest with you at this point. That'll be really exciting to meet him. I'm going to try and get there early. I think his first one is at 11, but we're going to try and get there for opening, which is at like 10. I think I'm the only one amongst my friends that's cosplaying, but Sonic shouldn't take long. Like, this didn't take me long to get into. It'll probably just be the makeup and contacts, but yeah, they want to try and get there for 9, so we shall see. Anyway, guys, yeah, again, thank you for, if you got this far, thank you for sticking out with me and, you know, going through my very complicated process. Like, you know, even 10 years into cosplay, at this point, there's a plan, but sometimes, you know, you hit snags and things happen. So, you know, and I try and, like I say, document as much as I can and as much detail. But yeah, also, yeah, I'll send a link for this. You can buy this on Etsy. It's really cool. Sonic Underground memorabilia. Well, it's technically their medallions. Yeah, that would be a dream team, actually. If I could get Sonic Underground, that would be so cool. Anyway, I'm going off track completely. Anyway, guys, yes, so if you have any questions about anything to do with the cosplay, please let me know. Hopefully I've tried to cover as much. It's a debate yet whether the wig and the costume will be separate, because I think they're both lengthy enough. So again, if they're 2 separate videos, you can check the link for the wig link down below. I'll definitely put that there. If it's not out yet, obviously I will do that after. Yeah, so at this point, it's just whatever comes out first, you know, I'll let you know. But yeah, the reels and that will definitely be up on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, so you won't miss it wherever you are. Yeah, if obviously any of you guys are going to MCM London, I've got quite a few friends going, so I'm hoping to see them, and a few new people who want to meet me, which is kind of an odd concept to think about. It's like, you know, obviously it's like, yeah, you're a cosplayer, people like your stuff, so they want to meet you. I'm like, okay. Anyway, yeah, but if you are going, I'd love to, obviously, hope to see you there. And if you were there, and obviously this is like after, past tense, let me know, and let me know how your time was and everything. But obviously there will be the con video for that. Anyway, I think I've rambled far on enough. But again, yeah, guys, any questions, feel free to ask in the description below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I very much appreciate it. And also, if you're lurking, make sure to hit that subscribe button to let you know when I next do a video. There will be a fair few coming out. Obviously, got October with Halloween as well. There was a little something I'm working on as well for that. So yeah, it's going to be quite a busy time for me, editing and whatnot. Yeah, and also if you want to see more of these cosplay videos, there is a whole list either at the end of the video or up there somewhere. I'm sure it's over there. Anyway, guys, but until next time.
How low can you go?